food. Grow and learn as much as you can, as often as you can, and as long as you can. Today's video is all about olives. This tree behind me I planted about 12 years ago. Today is the month of September 2024, and for the first time it is bearing fruit. What a pleasure it is to come out to this olive tree and to pick olives for the first time in my life. Hi, I'm Annette and welcome to Kitchen Garden Farmhouse. If you have not done so already, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe, and if you ring the notification bell, you will be alerted every time I upload a new video. Here is my first harvest. Some black, some green, some in between. Not a big harvest, but you know what? We are not going to despise small beginnings. I'm so grateful I was able to pick a harvest this year and now to figure out how to preserve these olives. So after I picked my olives, I went through them to make sure there was no stems or bad ones in there or leaves. And now I'm just going to rinse them off in cool water. This water is non-chlorine. It's best if you use non-chlorine water because the chlorine will have a tendency to make the olives soft. The variety that I am growing is called Arbequina, and Arbequina is a Spanish variety and it's known to be one of the smallest olives you can grow. The next step is I'm going to prick or slash or cut the olives because olives are very bitter, and this is why they have to be cured. And to help release the bitterness, I'm just going to go through here and just slash each olive just a little bit. There's different ways that you can do this. You can prick it or just put a little slash in it. And I'm just going to put a little slash in the olive to help release the bitterness. I have all of my olives slashed, and now I'm just going to cover them with some non-chlorine water. You don't really want your olives floating to the top, so you can put it in a container and put something on the top to weigh them down. I'm going to put a bowl on top of this to weigh these olives down. And what I have to do is once a day for the next 21 days is to change the water, rinse the olives off, and put fresh water in there. And it's going to be about 21 days or until the olives no longer taste bitter. Well, I'm back with an update. Today makes day number 8 in rinsing the olives. They have not been a chore. I keep them close by the sink, so it reminds me to dump this water out and to rinse them daily. Now in here I had black olives and green olives when I picked them from the tree, but as they have been soaking and changing the water daily, I've noticed that the green ones are turning a little bit of a darker color. The one on the right is a black olive that was tree ripened, and the one on the left was a green one that I picked so I can harvest them all at one time because it was a small harvest. And yeah, they're turning a little bit darker. I'm just guessing that is what they're supposed to be doing. I have been soaking my olives for 6 weeks. That was not intentional, but we had Hurricane Milton that came through. It set everything behind. So today I am moving forward and making my brine and getting these olives in the jar. So you can soak your olives anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how quickly that bitterness is released. So I tasted my olives today. It had absolutely no bitterness in it at all. So today I'm going to be preparing my brine and getting these olives in the jar. I have a little less than a half a pint of olives, so I'm not going to need a lot of brine. But a recipe for brine would be 4 cups of water, 1/4 cup of salt, 1 cup of vinegar, and then from that you can add different things to season your olives. I'm going to be using some rosemary, some garlic, and some lemon. And then I'm going to put a thin layer of olive oil on the top. So we'll explain more about that as we go on through the process. Okay, I am heating 1 cup of water, a tablespoon of white vinegar, you can use other vinegars as well, and a tablespoon of salt. And the reason why I'm heating this is because we want the salt to dissolve very well. When choosing a salt for your brine, The only ingredient that it should say is just salt. No anti-caking ingredients or anything like that. My brine is ready. So now I'm ready to jar up my olives and put my seasoning in the jar. You can use anything you want to help season and marinate your olives. I'm getting ready to add the seasons to the jar. You can use any kind of seasons you like. I'm using a lemon, a clove of garlic, and a sprig of rosemary. To that, I'm going to add my olives. Now it's time to add the brine. I'm going to have brine left over, so it was plenty. I want to leave about a ½ inch headspace on this jar. So I'm going to put a thin layer of olive oil on top of this solution, and this is just to help protect it from oxidizing. Now I'm ready to put on my lid. Even though I did not pressure cook these olives, I still put my lid in hot water to help it to seal. Here is my finished product. I think it turned out great. Now I'm going to be putting my olives in the refrigerator. It will keep anywhere from 6 months to a year. But if you do not want to refrigerate your olives, they must be pressure canned to be shelf stable. Now, because you're adding different things to this brine, you want your olives to marinate, to take on the flavor, and to just taste better. So I would not open this jar to even eat them until about a month or longer. So by that time, the flavors will enhance and they will taste even better. From start to finish, preserving these olives were so easy. Now there's different methods that you can use to cure your olives. You do not have to do the water. You can do salt or other different types of methods. But for me, the water was just so easy to do, and making the brine was easy. Altogether, truly, it was an easy process.